What's going on, guys? It's Stock Picks by Tim, and we have got a lot going on this week. We've got AMD reporting earnings as of this upload today. We've got the Fed meeting. We've got CleanSpark's mining update coming up anytime now, either today or tomorrow is typically when it drops, and a lot more. So first off, make sure you like and subscribe and ring the notification bell. I definitely appreciate your support, and let's start off with AMD. And as you can see behind me here, they are going to be reporting on May 3rd at 5 o'clock after hours, so stay tuned for that. Going to give us a lot of information on the semiconductor industry, and for those of you that are in Indy or in just any semiconductor stock, stay tuned for AMD. We're going to hear about the shortage, any kind of progress there, if things are getting worse, things are getting better, that kind of stuff. Now, looking at AMD on the chart, you'll see this line that we put a couple days ago. This has become our resistance, this $92 area. I think if we break past this, we can go in with a call, a quick scalp from 92 to about 95. A little short of 95 would be our next resistance level, I think. Now, as for a put to the downside, I'd want to short it after 82. If we were to drop from 82, this could be our low. This could be our low that we established. Earnings could come out, could do good, and we might not see this low again. So I would personally wait on this one, see kind of where we move around over the next couple days to a week, 2 weeks, and then establish some new zones to look out for to play some breakouts. But 82 is definitely a ways away. I don't know if we're going to hit it again anytime soon or not. But definitely, as for a call, you could definitely play that 92 breakout. You could probably get away with playing a breakdown from under 90. Once we break under 90, play it to about 87 or so. That's definitely a possible way to go with this one. But just stay tuned for AMD. Earnings is coming up, and this will probably dictate where it's going to move over the next couple weeks. And next up is going to be CleanSpark, and stay tuned to their Facebook. They do post their mining update on there. Usually it's the 3rd or the 4th, so get ready for that. It's coming up very soon. And also their earnings is coming out soon. Now, they did just announce the timing of their earnings release, and that's actually going to be May 10th, so it is not going to be the 5th. That was an estimation, so we've got it on the 10th. This is going to be next week, so get ready for that, and I will be covering it, so stay tuned. Now, looking at CleanSpark on the chart here, you'll see the MACD is bullish. The RSI is pointing up, still in the neutral area, bouncing off this trend line here. And as for this channel, we are working our way out of it. Keep an eye on this, watch us break out of this trend, and then we can push higher. I definitely think it can continue to chop around in this area. Our low point is about 640, so keep an eye on that low point of 640. If we break that, we're going to fall further. As for the upside, if we break 720, we're likely to push towards that 8. I think with us waiting until earnings on May 10th, this can definitely chop around this area. I expect it to stay around, that $8 to about, $6.50 or so. I don't think we're going to break that low point. Of course, it's possible coming closer to earnings. And next, I wanted to get into Astra or ASTR, and this one, in fact, is reporting on the 5th, and this has been confirmed. Now, looking at Astro here on the chart, you'll see that we've been in this downward wedge. We just broke out of it, and it seems like we are bouncing off of it as a support level. We did get very close to hitting our low points when we dipped around this $3 area, but our local all-time low is $2.81. We did not break that. We quickly bounced from about $3. Like I said, I think this $3 area will hold out as a support. We have bounced off of it quite a few times. There was one max fear time where we did drop to 280. I don't personally expect it, unless earnings comes out very, very negative. But I don't expect that. I actually expect some good outlooks because of their recent deal with Leostella for selling thrusters to Leostella. That could increase some revenue. And also once they get to more frequent launches, they are very near once a month. And we should be getting an update on their next launch very, very soon. So stay tuned for that for Astra. And next, I wanted to quickly mention Senseonics or SENS. And this is a continuous glucose monitoring stock. And they have the longest lasting system out there. Now, Senseonics is going to be reporting on May 10th, so that's coming up very soon. Keep an eye on that. That's going to be next week sometime. And also, I'll leave you guys a link down below to this, but I was looking through this yesterday, and I figured I'd show you guys this. But this is I was looking at a different one, but this one, it's the same deal. They mentioned the best long-term CGM as the Eversense, which is Senseonics' product. And they also show the Freestyle Libre, the Dexcom, of course, which Dexcom, by the way, is about a $40 billion company. Senseonics is about $600 million. So theoretically, if Senseonics was to get big, was to become the leader in CGM or near the leader, you're talking about roughly about a 70x from where we are market cap wise if we were to become as big as Dexcom, which is in the same space as a CGM. Something to think about. I'm not saying that Senseonics is a 70x, but hey, you never know in 5-10 years, So looking at it, here's the CGM, and it is the longest system. This one says 90 days. This isn't true. It is in fact 180 days now. This article must be a little bit old, so they have an even longer system than any of these other competing companies. much longer system, and the 180-day product was just FDA approved for North America, and it is also being sold in Europe. And since it was recently FDA approved, I do expect their earnings coming up here to give us some guidance on what they're going to expect for revenue moving forwards for their CGM. And looking at senseonics, you can definitely see a lot of fear in this one, continuing in this downtrend, and not yet creating higher lows. We did see a lower low, but we didn't see a lower all-time recent low. Back in February, the end of February, we actually hit 135. And here in the beginning of May, we were at like 137. So we're very close to hitting this low. But keep an eye on this level. We did kind of bounce from it. I personally think we can definitely see some more fear coming up to earnings. This could be a great opportunity to add to it if you're a long-term investor. And if you're okay with taking that risk of buying before earnings. However, if you don't want to take that risk buying before earnings, maybe just dollar cost through it, or wait until after earnings simply to start adding in. But looking at it on the RSI and the MACD, look very bullish. Of course, the candles are bearish. We're still not able to hold over any of the EMAs. I have here just the 50, 100, and 200, but I'm sure it's not holding over the 10 or anything else either. So it's very close, I can assume. We're actually now, in fact, over the 21, 8, and 13 EMA. I want to see it close above them. Keeping on senseonics throughout the rest of today. All right, now I wanted to give you guys an update on a stock I really haven't talked about in quite a while. It's kind of just been on my back burner. I am, of course, still holding it, and that's going to be none other than AQST or Aquestive. And this one is going to be reporting on May 4th, so tomorrow as of this upload. And they have an expectation of 10 million in revenue. Last quarter, they actually got 13 million in revenue with an expectation of 11. So I want to see them beat 10. I want to see them get around 13. Maybe they don't beat their last quarter's revenue, but I want to see them get close to it, at least beating the expectation. And they do have a couple of sources of revenue, and we are very close to getting our approval, I expect, for the Havent drug. And a few of their other drugs, specifically the AQST 108 and 109, are on their journey to FDA approval as well. Now, looking at AQST on the chart, you'll see that last time I talked about it was probably around here when it was starting to just fall off. I am continuing to hold. I did swing some of these at the top at 6. We were talking about it in the $4 area. I always saw it as a great time to add while it was under 4. We ran it up to 6. Hopefully some of you took some profits. I did trim some profits. I didn't sell out completely. Hindsight's 20/20, of course. And going back to the end of last year here, we did gap down, sold off. The FDA did push back the trial, and it's been just selling off ever since. Now, if you don't want to run the risk of buying before earnings, I understand that, but I think it's a great time to start adding to. It is getting extremely stable, just riding this $1.30 area. And it was recently oversold, however, now it's just near oversold. I see it as a great time to add to this one, and I'm going to build back my position fully on AQST. But I just thought I'd give you an update on AQST. I am still holding this one. Make sure you stay tuned for the earnings on this. But that's it for today, guys. What do you think about these stocks? Leave a comment down below. What are you watching? What are you most excited for this week? Let me know. Thanks as always, guys, and see you next time.